Hi friends, welcome on board and prepare to take off. It's your girl Lanca back here. Remember, you're the pilot to your own life. Today I just want to share my story for inspiration purpose, the things that I have learned, the molding that has happened into my life, when I picked up habits and routines that were very developmental, that were really helpful to me to become the person that I am today. When you look at success, sometimes you think that it's the money at the end of it all. But I have come to learn that it's who you become when you're pursuing success that really matters most. That has really taught me a lot, and I really appreciate that I have had the chance, I've had the opportunity to just take small steps, one step at a time, continuously, consistently, and it has helped me to grow and become a more happier person, a more relaxed person. I'm not anxious about so many things that this life, and I'm able to handle circumstances whenever they show up. So it has really taught me to be a person who really self-motivates, who really cultivates success consistently, one step at a time. I'm going to start with a small story. When I was in high school, I used to really participate so much in sports. I used to enjoy running and jumping hurdles. So what I learned is that at one point, when the hurdles were being made, there was this pole, and there is this pole that you will come and run and then jump, and then it will be raised an inch higher. So when we were in school, we used to participate, many of us. But as the meters went up, most of the people were afraid. But then there are those that could jump, and there were those that could not jump, but they would pass under, and they would come to the other side of the people who had already jumped. This came to me in a way that I really understood that in life, sometimes we hear of success, we hear of greatness, but we do not want to take the small steps that are required to take. We do not want to form the small disciplines that cultivate success. And we would appear that we have done something, but we have absolutely done nothing. It is my suggestion today, as I give you what has made my life to be what it is right now, that you just observe it, you just decide to be purposeful, you just decide to be intentional, because motivation may help, but if it doesn't come from deep inside, there's a possibility that it might not work. So what I really learned is that I identified who I am. But the greatest place I really found my identity was in God. I've realized that when I identified myself with God, I read His Word and I understood my identity in Him. It really gave me a platform of comfort. I really didn't have to compare myself with anyone. I wasn't competing with anyone. I had my own lane. I had my own battles to fight. So there was no need for me to feel even an inch of wanting to compare, or just looking at people and thinking that they are better off because they have this and they have that. When I found my identity, it was very important and profound to me, and it has really molded me into the person that I am today. So it is my suggestion today that you, as a person, if you want to be successful, because all these other grounds are sinking sand, and they might not exactly define you. Maybe you might look at yourself and think, oh, I got beauty, and I got this, and I got this. Those are good traits, and it is okay. But again, those things could sink in, that as something could happen. The best thing that one can define themselves without having any issue is knowing who God says you are, and just understanding that, because for Him there is no comparison, there is no, so it's a platform that is very profound. Number two, take charge of your life. The moment I decided to take charge of my life, wow, what a change. I just decided that I'm gonna be this person who is gonna redesign my life physically, spiritually, emotionally. I took it into making sure that I exercise every day, making sure that I fill my cup, I refill my cup and learn, making sure that I'm able to control my emotions, because I keep on saying that circumstances will come, situations, difficult situations will come, but how will you handle them? How good are you with things that will come to life? because definitely if you are not in a storm, you are headed to one, and that is life, and there is nothing we can do about it. We just have to know and have wisdom to maneuver through it. So I decided that I'm gonna build my character, being humble, being competent, being disciplined, saying what I mean and meaning what I say. This has really made me a profound person. It has made me achieve so many goals that I set for my life on a personal level. And I suggest to you that it is very important to take charge of your life, your spirituality. How is it? How do you exercise? Do you take any exercises before work or after work? Do you plan? Is it something that you put together that you are going to do because it is necessary that you have it? Number three, I realized that today, just today, is what matters most, because it is the accumulation of the many todays that will make a week, that will make a month, and will definitely make a year. So if today you are active with making sure that you are successful, you're watching what you eat, you're watching what you think, you're being careful with you are making sure that you read a book. So it is the accumulation, it is the overall accumulation that you will make at the end of the day that matters most. Success, as I keep on saying, happens daily. It is a choice that you make every day of your life, that you wake up and in the evening when you're going to bed, you remember at the back of your head that I purposed and I have to be successful. So I said success is is something that happens daily, but you have to create room for it because it is not convenient. So you have to really be purposeful. You have to really be intentional to make sure that I am going to achieve the place that I am going to be at the place where I said I want to be. Another crucial thing that I have learned is that it is very good to be a good listener. Just keen, waiting for somebody to finish the conversation so you can speak. It's not just listening so that you can answer, like you're waiting for the conversation to just run, and even before you understand, even before you contemplate what they are meaning, then you've jumped in. No, we are talking about just listening, being a good listener. It's something that you cultivate, it's something that you work on, because most of the time people will want to give their suggestions even before they have really taken time to understand what the person is meaning, the context of the information. So it is very necessary that all the time when somebody is talking to you, it's part of communication. You have to listen so that you can be able, if it's instructions that they are giving you can be able to carry them out properly. If it's something that they need you to do or they need you to work out, you'll be able to handle it properly, unlike just listening in beats and not getting all the information and ending up doing something that you are not supposed to do, or doing something in the wrong way that accumulates to time that is wasted. And here we are working on making sure that time is saved. Time is essential. We talked about management of time, so we want to make sure every second, every time, every minute counts. So make sure you listen. If you're a parent, you will have to cultivate it, because you need to listen to your kid. You need to work out being patient with whatever they are saying, communicating to them in a way that is simple so that they can be able to understand. So listening is key, is very crucial. It's something that you really have to work on, because that forms the part of communication. And for information to be passed on and passed on correctly, then you have to really be clear. Gratitude is an essential part of living. And in that note, I take this moment to say thank you. Thank you for subscribing, for watching, for viewing, for sharing. I'm really grateful. So when you look at life all around, you will not lack a reason to be grateful. You are alive, you are well. So all the time, as you go in the process of life, keep being thankful all the time. Just keep being thankful. It really adds to the flavor of life. So another thing that I have really learned is to manage my time. When I was running my company, I really got to understand that people want the services delivered at the time that they want them. So it is very important to make sure that you beat deadlines, to make sure that you deliver whatever you said. And as I had said before, that you are this person who make sure that they mean what they say and they say what they mean. Make sure that you're fully disciplined on this, because time, the accumulation of the things that you let slide, the procrastination and things like that, are the things that are going to bring you down. So it is very important that you keep managing your time. Make sure that you have a routine that you follow. You have a schedule of how you want to spend the 24 hours that you have in a day, because it is the accumulation that finally will mean a lot. When you look at the end of the month, when you look at the end of the week, you will either have achieved what you put out, or you will not have achieved it, because you slacked in one thing. There was something you were supposed to do and you didn't do, so you have to take extra time to make sure that you cover up whatever was not done. And that cycle does not bring consistency. It is not consistent in itself. Another lesson that I really learned from Les Brown is that you have really to surround yourself with VQPs, that is, very quality people. Please mind the people who are around you, because the habits they have, the disciplines they have, you may not really want to adapt to them, but definitely because you hang around with them, they will rub off whatever they are doing with their life. So if they are not purposeful, if they're not intentional, if they're not success oriented, then it's gonna come down to you. But if you choose the people carefully and correctly, just looking at the people who are where you want to be, or people who are in the same lane with yours, they have the same determination, they have goals they have set, they have rules that and guidelines that really direct their life, it's going to be smoother altogether, other than have somebody who you're rubbing your shoulders with but is bringing you down. If you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below so that it can grow our channel. The other thing that I learned is that you are the pilot to your life. So you got to create what you want. Know your purpose, pursue it. Just create. You have to be creative. Whether it's a skill, it's a talent, you really have to work on it. Another lesson that I have really learned on my own journey is that I am my own rescue. I have learned that you just not need to know, you need to know how. Everything has a process, everything has a procedure or a methodology that is carried out, and you really have to learn. This one you can't escape. There is a way that something is done, and you have to really know it. So it is upon you as a person, as a suggestion that I would give, after having realized that I'm the only one who can rescue myself from the situations or from the things that I really want to put away from my life. So it is a responsibility, and as I said, success will always be a responsibility, an own individual person responsibility, to make sure that you're taking the steps, you know how, you know where you're going, so that you can really achieve the ultimate goal that you want. uh, Another very important lesson, or something that I have learned in my journey, is the advantage of proper communication. I will say this again: the advantage of proper communication. This is very essential. This is very crucial. I might have to repeat this many times so that you can understand. But communication is what will make a difference in what you're doing. Because if you're running a business, the mode of communication, the way you pass the information, either about your goods, either about your services, or whatever you're doing, that will determine everything. That will be something that either will make somebody understand, or will make somebody want to get more of whatever you're saying, or it will put them away, it will put them off. So you really need to understand that it is important to cultivate good communication. What are you saying? Why are you saying it? Is it very clear? Is it directed to a certain person? Are you being general? It is very key to understand the concept of seed, time, and harvest. When you're exercising, when you're eating right, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, it may take some time, but you will eventually harvest, and the harvest feels really good. So we keep on saying that I better my best, I do what needs to be done. I love life unconditionally, and it becomes better and better. When you look back, when you're making the steps continuously, you will look back and be grateful that you even started. So don't give up. Don't feel if you're tired, just relax it. Take some time off. Don't quit. Just rest if need be, but don't quit. Another very important lesson that I have learned is to pay attention to what I say. I have learned that when you open your mouth, you really tell the world who you are. So it is very, very crucial to make sure that you are observing your thoughts, you are observing what is in your heart, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So it is very important to make sure that you observe that, because people may just learn or just notice who you are by by the words that come out of your mouth. So it's a great responsibility, because we keep on talking. I mean, we have to communicate with each and every one of the people we interact with. So it is very important that we make sure whatever is coming out of the mouth is really checked into. You are connecting your brain with your mouth and your heart, and it's an all round activity of knowing what to say, how to say it, when to say it, whether it's necessary, whether it's gonna hurt a person or it's not gonna augur well with somebody. So it is a great responsibility. Success is a very great responsibility, and we just can't take it like that. If it was just obvious, everybody would be just successful. If it was just to happen in a millisecond, then it would be something that everybody has. But why is it that some people are successful and others are not? It is because it requires a lot of time, it requires a lot of discipline, it requires a serious coordination between the things that you do, the thoughts that you think, the actions that you take, the purposes, the direction that you take in your life. Another very important thing is that I've learned to relax. Come on. It is important to just relax. Just put off the things and take off some time so that you can rejuvenate. You can take some time just off. On the tight schedules, we really need to rest. We need to take time and just take a break. Maybe go for a holiday or just do something different. Also, in the process of relaxing, meditation comes in very handy. Doing yoga and doing activities that make you feel relaxed so that you can be able to focus. Yes, I'm saying that it is important. We are cultivating success, we are working towards it, growth. We want to see ourselves where we are really propelling towards. But again, just relax. The earth is still rotating on its axis. It is okay to just take some time and take a break, breathe in and out, see life and see what life has to give. So we are working on it. We are very focused. As I've always said, that you love life unconditionally. That is one important thing in life to learn. So make sure you invest your energy into growth so that you can make the difference that you want. Another very important lesson that I have learned, and this one I learned it from Les Brown. He says that it is very important that we observe our health. We are what we eat, and it is very sad when you dig your own grave with your own teeth. I mean, just what you're putting into your mouth that is gonna bring you down. It is very important to make sure that we are watching everything that we are putting in our system. We need this body. This is the only vehicle that we have to that will take us or propel us to get the success that we want. If we don't make sure that it is properly hydrated, it is properly fed with all the vitamins and all the nourishment that the body needs, then we're gonna end up failing, and we're not gonna end up succeeding or making to the point that we want to go. Another very important lesson that I have learned is to make sure that I utilize the privilege of going an extra mile of excellence. I mean, this is very helpful if you're running your own business. As I was doing that, I have really learned that people need you to go extra. The extra bonus, the extra mile that you really take really does a lot of improvement on the services or the goods or anything that you're doing. When you do that extra, when you go an extra mile, it really counts. As I said, happiness is not something that you attain, rather, it's something that you inhibit. So it's very important that you create your own happiness, create experiences that are memorable. Those are the things that life or anything cannot take away from you. And some things even money cannot buy. The experiences that you get by exploring, by just getting to meet other people in different parts of the country or different parts of the world is so amazing. It's so relaxing. It's so enjoyable. So we're going to continue learning more of this. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below so that you support our channel.